Welcome to The Explainer. Look, if you've ever bought or sold a house, you know it's so much more than just scrolling through pictures online, right? Today, we're going to dig into how new tech is finally starting to tackle all those headaches and really change the game, from the very first click all the way to getting the keys in your hand.
So let's just get right into it. Why is this still so hard? I mean, think about it. We can order literally anything from our phones with just one tap. But buying a house, probably the biggest decision you'll ever make, still feels like you're trying to navigate this crazy maze of paperwork and weird, confusing steps. There's just so much uncertainty.
And that's because for the longest time, real estate tech just meant, websites with pictures. That was it. But what's happening now is totally different. We're finally seeing these smart tools that actually talk to each other and simplify the entire journey. I'm talking from the moment you start searching right up until you're signing on the dotted line.
Okay, so where do we even begin with all this? Well, let's start with the biggest, most powerful new tool in the toolbox, AI. Yep, artificial intelligence. And look, this isn't some sci-fi movie stuff anymore. It's happening right now, becoming a real-time, honest-to-goodness assistant for both real estate agents and for you, the buyer.
Just think about how you search for a home right now. You're stuck with these clunky, rigid filters, right? 3 beds, 2 baths, this exact price range. It's limiting. But that's all starting to change. We're seeing new tools like Hey Leo from the Real Brokerage, where you can just talk to it like you talk to a person. You can literally say, find me a quiet neighborhood with great schools and a big backyard. That's a huge shift, you know? It moves you from just checking boxes to actually thinking about how you want to live.
And what's so powerful about that is the change in mindset. This isn't just about a computer crunching numbers faster. No, it's about understanding the vibe, the feeling of a home. All those little things that those old school filters for price and square footage could never, ever capture. And get this, it's not just one single tool. We're seeing a whole ecosystem of these specialized AIs just popping up everywhere. You've got AI assistants helping agents create marketing materials. You've got others that can sift through mountains of legal docs to find an answer in seconds. And you've even got AI-powered property reports that give you insights that were just impossible to get before. Okay, but it's not all just about data and making things faster. This new tech is also being used to tackle one of the biggest, oldest problems in real estate, and that's trust. It's actually about completely redefining the relationship between an agent and their client. And that brings up a really important question, one that gets at a huge issue in the industry. We've all been there, right? As a client, you see the agent show you some houses, and then you see them at the closing. But what you don't see is the absolute mountain of work that's happening behind the scenes. And this number, well, it's pretty staggering. Get this, according to data from a platform called Race, almost half of all clients believe their agent spends fewer than 15 hours on their entire transaction. That's less than 2 full workdays. But the reality? It's not even close. The actual work can easily soar past 80 hours. And this massive gap, this canyon between perception and reality, well, that's where all the frustration and mistrust starts to bubble up. So this is the exact problem that a bunch of companies are now tackling head-on. You have platforms like Race and Mosaic, and what they're doing is creating these shared online dashboards. So now clients can actually see the checklists, the progress updates, all that invisible work, but in real time. It just makes an agent's value crystal clear. And this quote from the CEO of Mosaic, it just hits the nail on the head. The goal isn't just to get the deal done. It's about using tech to build so much trust, to show so much value that your agent stops being just a one-time helper and becomes a trusted advisor you can call on for life. And listen, this isn't just some small niche idea. It is catching on in a really big way. You've got Raise being offered as a benefit to 10,000 agents in Columbus. And Mosaic, they're going international, launching in Australia because agents there are demanding these kinds of tools. That's huge. All right, so let's say we've used AI to find our dream home, and we totally trust our agent because we can see everything they're doing. Now comes the part that gives everyone a headache, the money and the paperwork. But guess what? Tech is stepping in here too to knock down some of the biggest hurdles. You know that classic real estate nightmare, right? The ultimate catch-22. You've got to sell your current house to get the money for the new one, but you can't move until you've bought the new one. It's so stressful. Well, that's exactly what a bridge loan is designed to solve. And now, new programs are making this whole process even simpler. Take this company, Knock, for example. They have a program that actually pays off your old mortgage for you up front, which means you totally avoid that nightmare of having to pay two mortgages at the same time while you're waiting for your old place to sell. What a relief, right?
And that's really just one piece of a much bigger trend. We're seeing all kinds of new software, stuff that automatically checks for errors and listings, tools that pull in all the market data seamlessly. The goal is pretty clear: automate all the complicated, tedious stuff and just take that weight off of everyone's shoulders, the agents and the homeowners. So when you put it all together, what's the big picture here? The main thing to take away is that none of this is about replacing real estate agents. Not at all. It's about empowering them. All these things, the AI co-pilots, the transparency tools, the easier financing, they're all tools to make great agents even better. And the results? The whole process becomes smarter, way more efficient, and, surprisingly, more human. The best tech is basically giving agents superpowers. It frees them up from all the boring, tedious stuff so they can focus on what they really do best, giving you expert advice and, helping you find a place you'll love to call home. So just think about that for a second. If your agent had an AI sidekick and every single step of the process was seamless, how would that change things for you? Because this isn't just about making things faster, it's about completely changing the entire experience, making it more intuitive, more transparent, and, more human. The future of real estate, it's really not the future anymore. It's here.